good morning and welcome to another motivational video for today. Today I'm going to talk about kind of an attitude that goes on with inside you. If this was a big cafeteria you just walked into, you would see something juicy on the table. I titled this message, Hatred and Being Hated. That's a pretty juicy title, right? Hating and being hated. Everybody can relate to that. Now, I don't want to get into too much Christianese. I mean, there's a Bible verse that I can read here. What I say by Christianese is, Jesus, when he taught, he used a lot of parables and stuff. He used a lot of outright stories so that he could relate huge, majestic, lofty ideas to the people. Solomon, he got so discouraged in his life, he said, vanity of vanities, everything's vanity. But when you read the Ecclesiastes, he says, but because the teacher was wise, he still taught with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So, you ever find something in your life you just want to teach somebody or share with them? The emotion of hatred is powerful. Alright? And it is a normal emotion. In the Bible, I'm going to go through these verses. There's things you're supposed to hate. You're supposed to hate pride. God hates pride, arrogance, and every evil way. We're supposed to hate the assembly of evildoers and arrogance. When a group gets together and all they want to do is hurt the orphan and the widow and do evil and lie, cheat, kill, and steal, and just pour all their time and energy into sin. Just God hates the assembly of the wicked. I know he loves all mankind. And that's the premise when I got through all these verses and ones I read. And Jesus said, if you go into the altar and you have something against somebody, go be reconciled to your brother first, and then give your own. But you know, there's some people you will never be reconciled with. They will hate you till the day you die. You're not supposed to hate them. Yeah. You gotta have the Mudman watch. Here's a tangent. You gotta have the Mudman watch, and you gotta have a dress watch. You gotta have a field watch. Anyways, let's silence that. It's annoying. I mean, I'm up at 7 o'clock in the morning doing this because I like to get up and study. Okay, let's check this out. All right. So I got let's no more meandering. Let's get you something. Let's get you something right to the point. Let's make this fun, exciting, and awesome so you tune in. Yeah, wow. Hatred and being hated. I can give you all the biblical perspective on this. Okay, here we are. Hating and being hated. And I mean, you can tune in, tune out anytime you want. But this is going to be kind of juicy. Have you ever hated someone and been hated by them? Do you hate right now? There's new Kill All 75,000 that cures all hatred. Just kidding. Hatred's a normal emotion. It's a normal emotion. Now, the psychologist will tell you, hey, you felt love, you felt this feeling, that's normal. How does that make you feel? I feel like hating them. I feel like doing something aggressively bad to this person because they treated me terribly and lied about me. Anyways, probably could have whipped out a dictionary here and done hatred. You know, what is hatred? Oh, geez, let's look it up in Spanish and English. How about that? Diccionario Inglés Ahora. English Español. That's just a translate. Let's look up hatred. Let's look it up. Let's look up hatred. In the Hebrew-Greek dictionary. I recommend you get one of these babies. If you want to read the Bible and know what it says in Hebrew, Greek, and Aramaic, get this. Get this. It's going to write it in Hebrew, Greek, and Aramaic for you. Let's look up hatred. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. H-A-T. Hellish. That's a good word. Hellish. Right up there with hatred. Heal. H-A-R. hate. Hat. Are you kidding me? Hate. Prisa. No, that's haste. Oh my gosh, could they make these letters any smaller? I have haste. Hat. Hate. Odio. Aborrecimiento. Entre odiar. Abhorrencia. Detestar. Odio. Odio. Oh, Dios mío. Odio. Aborrencia. Abor. So you get the English, there's an English word called abomination or abhorrence. All right, let's look at hatred in Hebrew. So there's English and Spanish for hatred. Let's look up hatred in Hebrew, Greek, and Aramaic. Why not? You know, when you want to know something about something, you can just start with a definition and then do a word study. Had. Where am I at here? Okay. This is going to show. It's the number. Hatred. H-A-L-M-N-O-P-Q. Instant. H-A-T-E. H-A-T-F. Hate. Haste. Hate. Hateth. Haste. Haste is right there. You notice that? Hasten. Hateth. This is some old English. Hateth. Hate. Oh boy. Joseph with pre-adventure hate us. Come to me, seeing ye hate me. Genesis. Alright, 81:30 in Hebrewic. And you're probably like, why do I got to learn other languages? There's Greek, because it's good. Hebrew. The word hate is number 8130 and 7582. 8130. So you got all these books, you got to know how to use them. 8130. This is called a Greek Hebrew Concordance. 8130. And you can look up basically any word. 8130. How it's spelled, how to write it in Hebrew Greek. 8130. Blah, 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 blah. S-A-N-E, sane, saune, a primitive root to hate, personally, enemy or foe, hate, odious, utterly. And the Greek word's pretty cool right here. I don't know if you can see or make sense of any of that. Probably not at your level. Zooming in is borderline impossible. It's going to be backwards. Oh, that's awesome. Backwards focusing camera. All right, let's look up hatred in Greek. But if you hate something in Hebrew, it is a sane, saune, primitive root to hate, personally, an enemy or a foe. Let's look it up in Greek. Oh, I gotta go back. Maybe said GT. I know you've probably tuned out by now. Why do you want to look up the word hate in all these different Englishes? Well, you can look up all the Bible verses for it too. Hate. Let's go right to Jesus or someone else. Hate. Are ye with men shall hate you. People are going to hate you. 34:04. Jesus said everyone's going to hate you if you're my disciple. Do you want to be hated? Become a really true Christian in a completely secular society. Just follow Jesus' teaching. Don't even tell anybody you're a Christian. You'll be hated. Because you won't be evil. Let's go back to this. Hated. You'll be hated by all men for my sake. 34:04. 34:04. Oh, this is Greek still. Awesome. Is that right? Yeah, Yesha. All right. I need to find it in the Nicolaitans, which I also hate. 34:04. All right. So that's all. Pretty much 100%. I know there's a... Anyways, looking it up in the Greek, I'm sure there's a nice Greek word for hate. Saune is the Hebrew word for hate. Abhorrence, idiom in Spanish. Detestable. Anyways, it's a normal emotion that you're going to feel in life. You're going to hate and you're going to be hated. Psalm 97 says, for God hates the evil and he hates the assembly of evildoers. Psalm 26 verse 5, you're supposed to hate falsehood. 1 John 3:15, if you hate your brother, you're a murderer. If you look at somebody and you hate someone, you're murdering them in your spirit. Jesus said, you hate me and you want to murder me, to the Pharisees. And they said, Abraham didn't want to do that. You're not Abraham's not your father. You have your father, the devil, who was a murderer from the beginning. Now, Bible doesn't just say words to say them. Murder is illegal, I think, in every country, every nation. It's a horrible act when you take someone else's life. People hate people so bad they want to murder them. Now, spiritually, you can be like a murderer if you're just full of all that hatred. Now, let's kind of dial it down a little bit. Let's look at this right here. Now, this is going to have a lot of Christianese in it. Probably those of you who are not biblically minded, you can, I wouldn't say discard this because maybe someday it'll mean something to you, but right now it'll be like an enigma. Remind people to be subject to rulers and authorities, Titus 3:1. To be obedient and ready and willing to do good, to slander or abuse no one, to be kind and conciliatory, gentle, showing unqualified consideration and courtesy toward everyone. Obey the governing authorities, obedient, willing to do good, slander and abuse no one. Slander is a form right in with hatred, because when you hate someone, what's the next step? You talk bad about them when they're not around. Boy, that Bill guy, I hate him. Look at his car he drives. Look at where he lives. Look at his clothes. Look at how he's not as great as me at work. I'm better than him. I'm better than this guy. Look at that girl. She wears that makeup and looks so pretty, and all of her friends, when she's gone, says, oh, she's got too much makeup on. We hate her. I mean, psychologists will tell you that's how women attack other women. Guys, man, they roll up the sleeves and they're like, meet me in the dirt pit. We're going to fight physically right now. And they'll throw down. Women, sometimes they pull hair and grab, but a lot of times what they do is use this. Their tongue like a sword to just stab, tear down, and cut. And you can tear down someone with the nicest words. You're not supposed to slander. I was personally slandered to my mother-in-law. Someone did this in a roundabout way. They went to my mother-in-law, my wife's mom, and said, oh, we went to Billy's house and he is so poor, his house is so run down and they have no food. We brought them food. If not for us, they would be utterly cast down and terribly poor. You want to look at my bank account? Let's just throw out a number. I've had over $4 grand just floating in there. I have money. God's never let me go without money. My refrigerator is always full of food. I always have food. My house, yeah, it's humble, but it's a nice house, 4 walls and a roof. So I had to call my mother-in-law and say, don't worry, your daughter's being well taken care of. Us and the kids have plenty of food. Our house is humble, but it's nice. I have tons of money in the bank account. Not tons, but more than enough to do all my bills and live comfortably. We're fine. But this person slandered me. In today's political world, slander's a way of life. When you have a political opponent, you tear him down. Oh, he took money from this organization. Oh, he believes this. Oh, he was here. He was there. Hillary Rodham Clinton hired a whole organization of people to slander Donald Trump. Find something in that guy we can put in the paper and make him look bad. It's called opposition party research. You can slander someone, like someone's running for office and they're looking good, but you just got to throw some dirt at them. And it's funny because in politics, they'll do a census. They'll say, do the American people want to hear the dirt or do they want to get to the issues? And Trump's like, well, I'm going to lower taxes. I'm going to make America great again. I'm going to secure our borders. I'm going to make our military strong. I know how to generate income for every person in America to get us rolling. I'm not for abortion. I'm not for, forcing this and that. And I'm for free speech. And like, okay, those are some good topics. And then the people say, I want to hear about that. I want to hear about America. And then the other party says, well, he's a rich bigot. And his hands are small. And his hair is orange. And I don't like that guy. And he said something bad about someone one day back in 1973 when he was 4 years old. And politicians, I'm telling you, if you want your life destroyed, run for political office. I have a bachelor's in history. I got A's in political science. And I can do myself up and look pretty good. And I understand public policy. But you got to come from a certain family and everything anyways. But that's not always the case. But anyways, if you want to really get your life destroyed, run for public office. And you'll find everybody hating you. Let's go back to Jesus. He was slandered by all the people around him. You know, the only reason you do miracles is because you're demon-possessed. He's like, really? You're going there? Jesus, he's a false teacher. We heard him say he's going to tear down the temple and rebuild it. And they brought false testimony. I'm not going to get too deep into this, but it's called slander. The Bible says don't slander people. To slander or abuse no one, to be kind and conciliatory and gentle, showing unqualified consideration and courtesy towards everyone. For we too once were foolish, disobedient, deceived, enslaved to various sinful desires and pleasures, spending and wasting our life in malice and envy, hating and being hated. The normal way of the world is to hate and be hated. This group hates that group hates that group, these people hate that people. Hatred's a normal emotion, you're going to feel it, but it's not normal to study it, learn it, and literally, Hitler was raising a whole group of people to hate Jews. That's wrong. If you grew up in America at one point and the Japanese just attacked us, they're going to teach you in school to kind of hate those people. They just bombed our base. We got to hate them. If you grow up in Palestine, they're going to teach you to hate those Jews who are occupying your land. Hatred is a learned thing, and it's also a natural thing. When people do you wrong, your tendency is to hate them. Someone steals your sandwich and picks on you at school, you start getting this emotion like, I don't like those people. I don't want to hang around them. I want to hate them. I've had certain circumstances. I'm in the military. I'm pretty thick-skinned. But people joke a lot. A lot of it goes in one ear and out the other. I love them all. But at the end of the day, a work day, when you've been picked on by your peers, and they say mean stuff all the time, it's like you got a normal emotion like, I don't want to be around you. You're not building me up. You're tearing me down, okay? So hatred tears down. Love builds up. But anyways, you could spend your whole life hating and being hated. I could write 10,000 books on this. Hating and being hated. Jesus was hated by the Pharisees and by a lot of people. And he didn't hang out with them. He didn't go around the Pharisees who wanted to crucify him and say, gee, where are you having dinner tonight? I want to come to your house. He hung out with his disciples, 12 people, his inner circle. And eventually the hatred led to murder. They killed him on a cross. You know that. So who do you hate? Who's hating you? What do you hate? Biblically, supposed to be Christians and not hate each other. Boy, you go to church and you hear some gossip, don't you? Boy, that guy, he married her, and I don't like the way he dresses and him. And I've even gone to churches to play guitar. I play guitar. You've seen some of my videos. I've been playing since I was 14. I can look at a chord sheet if I don't sing, and I can just play. And I was on so many praise and worship teams, and then all of a sudden, you go to one church, and you go to apply, and a guy comes up to the music leader and says, don't, I want to play guitar. Don't let him play guitar. And then you play guitar, and you're real good, and then like, I hate that guy. I hate him. Oh, their house is bigger than mine. Their car's faster than mine or better. And their clothes are nicer. I hate them. They got promoted at work and I didn't. Oh my God, I hate them. Only very few of your family members, you probably got your family member, maybe your mom and your dad and yourself will love yourself. Everybody else is going to tolerate you or hate you. And there's a saying that I read. It said, go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. If you're around a bunch of people that hate your guts, don't hang out with them anymore. Leave. Go. Go. Move on. Leave the hatred for the simple-minded. Let's do it this way. If you're a Jedi, hatred is the dark side. Leave it. It's below you. Love God. Love your family. And leave it behind. Now, I was told by a military person once, nice guys finish last. You know, if you're hatred and you're conniving, you can move yourself around in the pieces on the chessboard. And it's true, you got to have a backbone. You got to stand up and say what's right. Jesus did a lot of courageous things like, hey, you're not going to talk to me that way. Matter of fact, get out of here. Get away from me. Whatever. I'm done with you. So you have to have a backbone. You got to have a backbone. And don't mistake my niceness for weakness, because you may think I'm nice, but I'm moving chess pieces around in my life too, man. You know, I'm taking action, not, you know, I might not come right up and punch you in the face, but I'll move my chess pieces away from you. I'll give you a cup of water and a loaf of bread if you need one. Don't expect me to engage in you, you know, but there's enough success in life for everyone to succeed. So I shouldn't hate on you if you're successful. And you shouldn't be hating on me if I'm successful. But in the movie world, if someone wins an Academy Award, let's say Kanye West, he's a great guy, but someone won an Academy Award, he's like, you don't deserve that, she deserves it. Well, you know what? Taylor Swift's not going to hate on Beyonce. Beyonce's going to, you know, if President Trump gets elected and Hillary loses, oh my God, you think Hillary hates him? Yeah. The whole Democratic Party hates him, and it's coming forward like they just hate this guy. Why? Because his political platform's different than yours. He doesn't want socialism. He doesn't want big government. He doesn't want gay marriage. He doesn't want abortion. He doesn't want to let our borders just be porous and everyone pour in. Because his political views are different from yours. Because he believes in capitalism and economic growth and deregulation. And Pence, Honorable Vice President Pence, believes in sanctity of life in the womb. And whatever his platform is, you know. But you hate him. These people hate him. They've gotten pictures of themselves with him and his head cut off. That's evil, vile hatred. All right. So let's look at this verse one last time. Remind people to be nice and gentle and godly and to love each other. Christ said, love your enemies. Pray for those who do evil to you. Let's just go to it. Matthew 5:23 and 24. Luke 6:27 and 28. Let's go to Luke 6:27 and 28. Matthew, Mark, and Luke. And you can probably turn this off hours ago. Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Luke 6:27 and 28. But I say to you, hear me, pay attention. Love that is unselfishly seeking the best or hire for good your enemies. Make it a practice to do good to those who hate you. Bless and show kindness to those who curse you and those who mistreat you. Whoever strikes you on the one cheek, offer to him the other. Simply ignore insignificant insults or losses and do not bother to retaliate. Maintain your dignity. Whoever takes away your coat, don't withhold your shirt from them also. There's the man himself. What did he say? Let's read it again. But I say to you, hear me. Pay attention to my words. Love that is unselfishly seeking the best or higher good for your enemies. Love your enemies. Make it a practice to do good to those who hate you. Bless and show kindness to those who curse you. Pray for those who mistreat you. So if you hate somebody, or someone even treats you bad, bless them. Do good. Be the higher man. Take the high road, for real. Take the high road. Love God, love your neighbor as yourself. I could write 1,000 books on hatred. 1,000. The Hitler regime hating the Jews being hated, the Hatfields and McCoys. But anyways, love your neighbor as yourself. Love your enemies. You're going to feel hatred. You're going to feel hatred towards people, but don't act on it. Don't do it. Love people, okay? Love your neighbor as yourself. All right? Bless and show kindness to those who curse you. Pray for those who mistreat you. Jesus did that. All right. Now, you know in this world that people will tolerate you while you're at their level. As soon as you're a little better than them, a nicer car or a job raise or a little bit better, they're going to hate you. It's normal to be hated, but you're not to hate because you're a Christian, because you got Jesus in your heart. You may be secular watching this, and you may know God not one iota. You may just be a completely secular person and not believe in Jesus or his words, but I think it goes worth repeating. But I say to you, hear me, pay attention to my words. Love that is unselfishly seek the best, the higher good for your enemies. Make it a practice to do good to those who hate you. Bless and show kindness to those who curse and mistreat you. Okay. You know, the people who slandered me to my mother-in-law, or people who hate me at work, people who hate me anywhere I go. I've been hated. I just reflect in your own life, everybody that hates you right now. People at your job, ex-family members, in-laws. It's there. And then who do you hate? Try to get that hatred out of your heart. Cut it out today. Say, you know what? They've done me wrong, but I'm not going to hate them. I'm going to take the high road. If I have a chance, I'm going to do something nice for them even. So don't give in to hatred. Be a Christian. Take the high road. All right? Jesus said it himself. There's no flashing colors and lights, and I could make these biblical messages much more interesting. Someone's going to hate it no matter what. If you could give a hate button, a dislike, a hate. You know, my YouTube videos with music, you can get a thumbs down. One of them had like 5 thumbs up and 5 thumbs down. I'm like, who are these people? I'm not a singer. I'm a guitarist. I know this. But there's people hate. Then I get videos that get all thumbs up. So try to love your enemy as yourself. You know, Christ had thick skin. I'm going to say this. Donald Trump has thick skin. So did George Bush. Very thick skin. Because they were hated just because they weren't Democrats. And they took the high road. Such people are going to hate you for no reason. But love your enemy as yourself. All right? Tune in next time.